Hello everybody, my name is Leo and with this video we will share a demo review of the Flamma FX 150. First of all, we will hear the unit in action with the demo song, then we will describe the main characteristics of the unit, latency included, then we will hear more sounds in a dedicated section of this video, also comparing the unit versus real tube amps like a Fender Deluxe Reverb or a Plexi or a Soldano. And finally I will give you my 2 cents. So I hope you enjoy and please subscribe and ring the bell as it's gonna really help me to make more videos like this. Let's start with the demo song. Let's now share the main features of the unit. It offers 58 amps, 30 cabs and no tweakable mics simulations. I mean, there are only the cabinet simulations, but without the possibility to change the mics or their position across the cab. Furthermore, the amps are dedicated to electric guitar. I mean, there are no bass or acoustic guitar amps or IRs. It offers the possibility to load third-party IRs in 50 user slots. The IRs are at up to 1024 sample points. We have 10 effect blocks at our disposal, including the amp, cab and the external loop blocks. You can place the effect blocks in whatever order you want, but you cannot replicate many instances of the same effect block. The effects offered are around 73. Let's describe them. The FX block can handle 2 types of compressors or 6 types of wah and auto wah. Then you have 22 overdrives, distortions and fuzz, 3 noise suppressors, 4 EQs, 20 modulations with chorus, tremolo, detune, pitch shifter, etc. Lastly, there are 9 delays and 7 reverbs. It supports the spillover function for delays and reverbs that you can set up globally. The FX150 has a tuner, a drum machine built-in and a 52 seconds stereo looper that works both in pre and post. It has a 5 inches touchscreen display, which is pretty nice, and you can edit your signal chain or control the unit also via its dedicated computer app. The app is nice, intuitive and pretty easy to be used. The touchscreen is pretty responsive and nice, even if there are some potential improvements that could be done. For instance, long pressing a block, you would expect it to activate or deactivate it, where you have to enter the block and then press the on or off switch. This is just a little thing that can be done to improve even further the usability of the unit. The presets are 180 that are editable by the user. It has 3 foot switches, a built-in expression pedal and an input for another controller or expression pedal. The foot switches can be used to change patches or to switch on and off specific effects. Coming to the I/O, it has a guitar input, unbalanced stereo outputs, an aux in, an headphone out and a mono effect loop. If you want also balanced stereo output, you have the FX200 at your disposal, which also offers 4 foot switches instead of the 3 of the FX150. Another difference with the FX200 is that the 150 does not have MIDI ports, where the 200 has one regular MIDI port that can be a MIDI input or output. Probably with the 150 you can run MIDI over USB, even if I'm not 100% sure. It has a USB Type-C port that supports audio, so the FX150 can be used as a digital audio interface. The USB channels available are 2. It supports a sampling rate at up to 44.1 kHz and 24 bits, with 112 dB of dynamic range for the analog to digital conversion and 110 for the digital to analog. Let's now talk about latency. An empty chain takes around 1 millisecond. When we add an amp block, we reach around 3.6 milliseconds. An amp plus a cab take around 4.3 milliseconds. With all the effects turned on but the external loop, the unit stays nicely at 4.3 milliseconds. If you activate the external loop, you're gonna add around 1 milliseconds, reaching 5.3 milliseconds. I'm not very sensitive to latency and I have no problem at all playing with this unit. If you're interested in how it compares to other modelers, you can check out my 23 amp modelers latency test following the link in the card above. It's pretty small and light, even if it feels solid and well built. It comes in 3 colors, blue, silver or green, which I have to say are pretty nice looking. It requires a power supply at 9 volts and 1000 milliamperes. The price is around $299 or euros, where the price of its bigger brother, I mean the FX300, is around $360 or euros. Let's now hear some more sounds. Final considerations here, and please notice that these are gonna be my personal opinions for my specific use case, and you may not agree with me, and this is totally fine. Furthermore, Flamma has sent me the FX 150 for free, but they are not asking me to say anything, and I'm free to tell you whatever I want. Let's talk about the pros and cons of the unit. First of all, the pros. It has both a computer app and a touch screen, with a pretty large screen compared to other units in the same price range. Obviously, the touch screen enhances the usability of the unit, which in fact is pretty simple to be used. Then I would mention the build quality. I mean, the unit transmits robustness and sturdiness, even if we have to wait the proof of time to be sure. Then, as regards the pure amp tone, I have to say that this unit is good. When compared to a real Plexi, using the same IRs, it sounds pretty close. I can hear slightly more presence in the bass frequency in the real Plexi, but typically when mixing a real song you remove bass frequencies from the guitar to leave space to the kick and the bass. Therefore, it is not an issue in my opinion. You can check out the more sound section of this video for a direct comparison with the real Plexi, Soldano and a Deluxe Reverb. As regards the cons, I would mention the 2 channels audio interface. I mean, I would like to have at least 3 USB channels in order to be able to record at the same time the dry signal of the guitar and a stereo signal with amps and effects, in order to be able to reamp later the dry guitar, if needed. Then the other cons is that the unit conversion rate is at up to 44.1 kHz, where I typically record at 48 kHz. Lastly, I would mention that the app is a little bit slow to load, and every time we launch it, it starts again the process of reading the FX100 memories. It would be nice if, after having read the full presets of the FX150, the next time you load the computer app, it reads only the presets that have changed, reducing the loading time. But now I'm pretty curious to hear your precious and valuable opinions. What do you think about this unit? Which are its main competitors in this price range? Please let me know in the comment section below. All in all, basically here we have another interesting unit in the low budget range with some interesting features like the touch screen. I would say that its main contenders are the Valeton GP200JR and the NUX MG400. So, a comparison of these 3 units could be pretty interesting. What do you think? These were my final 2 cents. We have now reached the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did it, please subscribe to my channel, ring the notification bell and leave a thumb up. If you're interested in my IRs or in my Tonix profiles, you can check out the link in the card above or description below, where there is also a link to a playlist of songs of mine. Thank you so much for watching, and see you soon in the next videos. Bye bye.